Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm just trying to work out audio, but okay. Oh, I think I'm making noise today. That's exciting. I'm trying out something a little bit different, and we had super bad echoing last time, so I'm hoping I think I fixed that. And I didn't want to do anything too exciting until I knew that I could actually get it working. So, um, we're gonna make a quick card. So I took, let me just, I'm gonna share this over into my classroom, I think. So one of the biggest questions that I always get is about streaming. So I thought I would test something different and see how this goes. So, oh my goodness, I seem to have closed captioning on somehow. But yeah, that's okay. We'll just leave that for right now. I don't know how that happened, but at least we also have audio today and not an echo, I think. That's so weird though, the closed captioning, watching myself underneath as I go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do because I didn't actually know if this is going to work or not. Remember last week I came on and there was a super fast video with the Sweet Safari um, card making workshop. So I thought I would come back and I would recreate them fancier. But until I knew this was working, I didn't want to go full out and do all the cards in a different version. So I thought I would just have fun. We're going to see how this works out. I haven't tested it, I haven't tried it. But so this is one of the cards. Sorry, the camera setup's just a little bit different. So it's hard to get used to. And the sun is like finally shining today. But so this is one of the cards. I think it is card number 3, but let's just double check that. So as you remember, this is the Sweet Safari card making workshop, and you can use it to, it comes as a kit, and you can use it to create your own cards. So I'm going to take this card though, and I thought, why don't we make it a slimline card? So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I think it was in the last idea book, close to my heart, um, released a slimline like value pack of cards, right? So you can get cards and envelopes that are already slimline because they're kind of a fun size. Okay, so we're going to play around here. I think I can make one smaller. I'm just going to click here for a second, but I want it to go the other way, not like that. Hmm. No. Okay, they're going to have to stay equal because I can't figure out how to switch them. Yep, we're just going to leave them like that right now until I figure out how to switch them. I think it has to do with the way that I bring the cameras in. Okay, so here we go. So I have just one of the Slimline Card bases, and then I cut a piece of the Sweet Safari paper, right? So it's exactly the same. We're just going to make it longer. I'm going to add, I think, one more onesie in here. So this piece is 3¼ by 8¼ Okay, so we'll add that to the bottom. And then because I knew I wanted to add like a fourth onesie in here, I grabbed candy apple also. So, ink, I mean, because we're going to make a red onesie also. So then this piece is Lagoon, and we're going to do some stamping on it first. And the stamping, let's just see what we did. So the little dots are stamped in avocado on the light side of the Lagoon. So on the stamp set, there's these, you could do either. So there's a little grouping of stars or there's a little grouping of dots. So the original is a little grouping of dots. So I'm just going to take it. Okay, and so I adapted the size of the Lagoon cardstock too. So it's 2¾ by 7½. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of my way. I am going to, okay, so this is the light side of Lagoon and avocado. Okay, and so I'm just going to stamp the little dots along the edges. So you guys will probably see me come on and testing this to try and figure out what I'm doing quite a bit in the next little while, because I think I'm going to switch over. So I just have to kind of figure out, because I'm so used to something else, I just have to kind of figure out what is going on. So I see a few people have jumped on. Hey, Donna and Marta and Loretta. Hopefully I got rid of the echo part. That was the part that was bad. So yeah, so I thought it would just be fun. I will remake some of the other ones, but I just wanted to make sure that we were all good here first, because I have a fun idea for two of the other cards, but I thought this might just be a little bit faster for trying it out. And then, of course, this morning I woke up and my eye is like totally swollen, and that's like the worst, right? Because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm probably not going to be able to stamp. I can hardly see. What the heck is going on? Okay, so one of the fun things, but we're just going to plug through, and you guys are just going to forgive my stamping if I miss something. Okay, almost done. There we go. Okay, so I just took the avocado and did the little dots along the outside there. Just going to clean my stamp quickly with my chamois. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we're going to add this. Okay, so I wanted, because I knew I was going to do add a red candy apple onesie, I decided to make this layer, which is the bluebird in here, red to match. So this piece is actually distressed. So instead, we're going to distress the lagoon. So one of the fun techniques that they did in this workshop is just distressing some of the edges. So if you don't have like the old distressing tool from Close to My Heart, you can actually distress your edges just with your scissors. You don't even have to open them, because if you open them and start using your blade, you're going to dull your scissors. But if you just use outside part even, and run it across your cardstock, you can distress your cardstock to expose that white edge as much or as little as you want. Okay, the closed captioning in front of me is hilarious because I sound like very funny, apparently. Okay, I just saw something that said leg, and I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. So, okay, so just expose just the littlest edge of the lagoon. And like I said, that was the light side. So it's showing down my dark side. Okay. Okay. So then I cut this layer in the candy apple. And this layer is 2 by 8.5. And if you guys want, I can show the measurement in an actual comment after the video. Okay. So just like that. There we go. And I'll for sure figure out how to make this camera, like my desk camera, bigger for sure. Oh, okay, so here we go. Now we're going to stamp the onesies, and we're going to make 4 of them. 1, 2, 4 of them to run across the front of the card. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully I can snap, no problem. Okay, I just need a scrap piece of paper because we're going to do second generation stamping here. Okay, so the fun thing with the onesies is you're going to do second generation stamping, and then you add back on ink so that it looks darker around the edges. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm always I'm always a stamp and then thin cut kind of person, because I have a hard time doing the thin cutting first and then stamping. And I knew that I could hardly see today that was not going to work. So we're going to do one in 4 colors. So I have, like I said, avocado, espresso, candy apple, and Sundance. So here we go. So we're going to we'll go with Sundance first. Okay, and then I have a few daubers here that we can add some color back onto the stamp set. So you want to ink it up well, okay? And then we're just going to stamp it off one time. And then I'm grabbing my dauber and I'm picking back up ink. And then you can add more ink back in wherever you want. Okay, so it just gives it, it'll just give it kind of a different kind of look. Okay, so now we're going to stamp on our white daisy. I hope I have enough white daisy here for my 4 onesies. Okay. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but so now you see it's lighter in the middle and all dark around the outside. So we're going to do that with every color. Okay, so we did one Sundance. And now we'll do avocado. Okay, so I'm inking up my stamp pad, my stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp off one time, and then I have my sponge dauber here. And I'll just add my color back in around the outside. So here, I'll put my hand under maybe so on to focus. So I'm just adding it back around in the edges. Okay. So there we go. Now we have the second onesie. Okay. I'm doing bad, not bad for not being able to see too well. There's nothing worse than not being able to see. I've got to tell you. Okay, so now we're going to do candy apple. And I'm not taking my chamois to my ink pad, to my stamp, because I don't want it wet going in the neck. So I'm just trying to take off as much ink as possible. So now I'm going in candy apple. I'm going to stamp off one time, and I will pick up some candy apple and add it back in. So again, I'm just adding it back in around the edges. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a candy. Oh, this one's cute. I love candy apple. It's one of my favorite colors. Okay, so how cute is that one? Oh, yes. Okay, so this one, I want to get some of that red off there because I don't want the red to go into my espresso. So let's just, okay, and then we're going to go into espresso. Okay, ink it up, stamp it off, and then I can add my color back into the edge. Okay, so wait till you see the idea I have for two of the other cards. They are super cute, I think they're going to turn out. So, okay, so now I can stamp this down on my white daisy here. Okay, and then that one is done. Okay, so that went pretty well, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so like lots of times I don't like to do things that I don't know that are going to turn out, but we did not that. Okay, I'm going to try and lift my platform up here to cut these out. We'll see how this goes. Oh, it's like stuck to the table behind me. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Okay, so there are exclusive thin cuts in the set. And so it's the onesie, the giraffe, the alligator, and the monkey. And so we're going to cut out these little onesies. You, if you don't have like a die cutting machine, you can always hand trim these. They're not super bad to hand trim. Okay, so we'll do this one first. So if you're good at stamping the other way, thin cutting and then stamping, you could just add a couple of layers here, right, and cut out your four onesies all at the same time. Like I said, I prefer this way. I find I'm more accurate, but unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to then watch me cut this out 4 times like this. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of washi, and let's see if I can do this kind of backwards. And we'll roll it through. I'm not used to being here, and I'm hoping it's not going to shake the camera too much. Okay, there's one. This platform is very long, so it's good for longer dies. So there we go. Now it's all cut out. Okay, so now you have to watch me do the other three. And I promise I will figure out the camera for next time. I think it's just the way I added them in, and I added myself in did my webcam, this one first. So it makes it the main camera. So that's good to know. Okay, so then this part's not very exciting, but I think it'll turn out cute. And if you already have it, right, then you might as well get a few more ideas for different cards. So now we have a candy apple one. And we'll do the avocado and the Sundance. And I can trim down this paper. We don't need this much paper going through here. Okay. I always had it on my schedule to try and do a couple of lives this week, but things got out of control. So today's Friday, and here we are. Okay. I actually got to leave the house yesterday. It was very exciting. As we were starting to like lift a little bit of the lockdowns, then stuff is starting to reopen. So they're very cute. So I'm totally going to sneeze, I think. We've been like really cold here, so my furnace has been running like constantly. And I think excuse me, I think we need to have our ducts cleaned, I think, from all the dust and stuff that settled in them. I knew it was going to, so I could see the transcript in front of me, and it said ducks like DUCK. We don't have those inside our house, just so you know. No birds or wild animals. Okay, so I can move this back out of my way and move that out of my way because we don't need that. Okay, here's the original, and here's our slimline version. Okay, so I'm gonna order these in. Okay, I can tell I'm going to need to add a little piece, I think, in there still. So let's get our straps. I think I'm going to add a piece of bluebird, even though I wanted that red in there to bring in the extra undershirt that we're putting in there. So I'm going to just add another layer in here, and we're going to make it. Let's just go. We're going to try 1 3/4 and see what happens. I just kind of want it just a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. So now we'll just press the edge of this one too. Okay, so that's 1 3/4 and 8 1/2. Okay. I was using the red one So I think, yeah, we'll do that. So now I've got just that little edge of the candy apple color, and that'll tie in our candy apple onesie. So I'm just going to distress this one the same. I'm just using the edge of my scissors again. Okay. You can do it more or less if you wanted. You could also rip the layers if you don't want that same, like if you don't want the rough edge, you'd rather like the ripped edge, you could totally do that. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now they will all stand out. Oh, how cute are they? Okay, so I'm gonna add some 3D foam tape. I think I'm just gonna do thin underneath some. And I'm gonna add my ones into the middle first and then space my other ones on the outside. So there we go. So I think this is going to turn out kind of cute for something completely impromptu. Okay, one. So you can totally rip 3D foam tape, but I always cut it with scissors. So I'm sure everybody has a different way of doing it. I'm sure lots of people just rip it. Are you a ripper of 3D foam tape or do you like to cut it? Or did you even know that you could rip it? Okay. I love 3D foam tape. It's one of my favorite things. It would for sure make my top five scrapbooking card making supply list for sure. Okay, there's the espresso, and then now we'll add the candy apple one. There's our new one. So I think that the rough edge, the distress edge, kind of plays off nicely off of the distressed look of the onesies. Okay, almost done. So now I'm just going to add some silver glitter gems and we're done. Okay, they're here. Just give me 1 second. Oh, that's totally weird. Maybe I didn't grab them off my. Oh, I did grab them off the tray. Okay, so because this part's a little bit longer, I'm going to add two up here and I'm going to add one over here. So I'm going to do a big one and a little one, and then another big one over here. Okay, there we go. That is done. Thank you to everybody that joined me to watch and test this little new system, and we'll see what we can do. So here's the original, and here's the slimline version. And like I said, I'll drop the measurements into the comments. So if you've commented on the video, then you'll automatically be notified when the measurements pop in there. Hope you guys all have a great day and happy Friday. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye bye.